All right, everybody, it is a lazy Sunday, and 𝐬𝐻𝐿 and I have to take a trip to New York this week, and I was thinking, what could I make for us that we could snack on the way down in the car? And I decided to make some incredible, crunchy, delicious Cheez-Its out of the okara left over from making tofu, which I did in the last video. Now, if you don't have okara, don't worry, there is another way to make these, but they are so delicious, high in fiber, high in protein, super simple, and I really think you guys are going to love them. But if you are a vegan who is looking for learning about how to eat so that you can build more muscle, burn fat, transition to a vegan diet in a healthful way, you've come to the right channel, because we put out new videos every week with recipes, meal plans, tips, tricks, and educational videos. So be sure to hit subscribe. Oh, I'm gonna leave the recipe for this down below. There's gonna be a link, click it, enter your email, you will be able to download it. But if you want access to all of our recipes, in addition to learning how to train for your best possible vegan physique and learn from 5 expert vegan coaches who have been doing this for nearly 20 years, be sure to check out our Muscles by Brussels membership in our brand new all-in-one app. I'll leave the link for that down below as well. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to be using a couple of interesting ingredients in this recipe, so I wanted to go over them before we jumped in to explain how you could substitute these things if you wanted to. So, in one of our last recipes, we made tofu and we were left with this okara, which is the soybean pulp left over from making tofu. That's gonna be the base of this recipe, but you can also use lentils. So if you use red lentils, you're also gonna get that cool orange Cheez-It color. But the way that you would do that is you would soak the lentils overnight, drain them, rinse them, and then put them in a food processor and pulverize them until they're about the same consistency as this okara. So very, very fine pulp. And then you follow the recipe exactly as it's written otherwise. I'm also gonna be using this vegan cheddar cheese powder. So this is largely like yeast extracts that give it this super cheesy flavor. This is a huge bag. I've had this since last summer and it's probably gonna last me several years because it's very strong. But you could skip this altogether because we're also gonna get a cheesy flavor from some of the other ingredients in this recipe. I'm also using lemon crystals, which I get from a local Lebanese bakery. I love these so much. If you want to add lemony flavor to something without adding moisture, makes the best hummus on earth. That's why I started getting it in the first place. But you could also use lemon juice in this recipe. You're just gonna have to cook your crackers for a little bit longer because there's gonna be more moisture in it. And then one of the things that makes crackers usually not on the super healthy list is that they are loaded with fats to get them to crunch.
Do you know the secret ingredient in a Cheez-It?
One of the unique ingredients that Cheez-It does use that most consumers don't know is
Oil and salt and a little more oil.
So while there's not going to be any oil inside of the dough itself, I am going to be using an oil sprayer to spray the outside of them to get them nice and crispy. It ends up being way, way, way less oil than in a traditional cracker recipe, but you do need something to spray with. Now, you could use cooking spray if you wanted to. I find that has kind of a really weird taste to it, whatever they put in those bottles. So I love this so much. It's a very simple glass oil sprayer. You could also just baste it on with a brush if you wanted to. You're just gonna end up using more most likely. Or you can also skip the oil altogether and give that a shot. I haven't tried it. My guess is the crackers are gonna come out a little bit more chewy and a little bit less crispy, but hey, all of these recipes are open to interpretation. And if you want access to this recipe and all of our other vegan proteins recipes, go ahead and check out our Muscles by Brussels membership. It is our new app that has all the recipes built in, dozens of meal plans built in, a nutrition tracker so you can track this recipe with 2 clicks of a button. And also we have dozens of different workouts geared towards different goals, abilities, levels for the gym and for home. We have a live community feed. We have weekly live coaching calls with our expert vegan coaches. And you can also track your progress there with your pictures and your measurements. This is really like a one-stop shop deal for vegans who are looking to get in the best shape of their life. So definitely check that out. Okay, let's get into it.
We're going to use the okara from making 1 batch of tofu, and this comes out to be about 1 1/4 cups of okara, or about 280 grams. We're going to add 1/4 cup plus 1/8 cup of nutritional yeast. This is also 6 tablespoons if that's easier for you to measure. And then we're gonna add our spices, which are a half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of the optional vegan cheddar powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of lemon crystals. In place of this, you could use about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, but it is going to affect your cooking time. You're gonna have to cook it for longer. Then we're just gonna mix this all together. I like to use the back of a spoon, but there is gonna come a point where it stops mixing super well with just a spoon, and I do like to use my hand for that. So I'm gonna take my silicone baking mat and I'm gonna put it directly on the counter and spritz it with a little bit of cooking spray first. Go ahead and dump your mixture right onto the cooking mat, and then you're gonna use your hands to continue to mix and knead it together into a bit of a ball that we're gonna then squish so it's kind of a cylinder. So this is what it looks like all mixed together. You can still see a few flecks of white or more yellow, but this is pretty well mixed, so I'm happy with this. We're gonna take a big piece of parchment right over the top, and this is why I put the mat right on the counter instead of in the pan first, because we're gonna use our rolling pin and roll it out to about between 1/8 and 1/4 inch thickness. And if we put it in the baking sheet, we're gonna have a really hard time getting the rolling pin where it needs to go. When you're rolling it out, you don't want to use too much pressure. I like to start in the middle of the circle and kind of press towards the outsides in all 4 directions until I feel like I've got it spread out pretty well. And then from there, you can start to add a little bit more pressure, trying to make sure that it's even across the board. And you're going to want to try to get this in a perfect rectangle, but I'm going to break your heart right now. It's not going to happen. It's totally okay. But we do want to get it to somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch thickness, as uniformly as possible throughout the whole piece. Once you feel like you have it pretty even throughout, just get a knife, and I'm not actually like pressing at all. I'm just really dragging this knife across and trying to make cracker shapes that are about 3/4 of an inch square. I'm gonna spritz the top of it again with some cooking spray and sprinkle with salt. Now, between the cooking spray that's beneath the crackers and above the crackers, I only ended up using about 6 grams of oil for this entire recipe, and that's why I love this sprayer so much. Once we have that done, I'm gonna then slowly drag that silicone baking mat onto my cookie sheet. And as long as you're gentle, it should all stay together just fine. And we are gonna pop this into the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, when you pull it out of the oven, you're gonna see some of the pieces on the edge are a little bit browned, but that's just because they tend to be thinner on the edges. Now what I'm gonna do is carefully scoop them out with a spatula and put them into my air fryer basket. If you don't have an air fryer, it's okay. You can still do this in your oven. You're gonna wanna scoop them, flip them, shake them around a little bit and put them back on the tray and put them back in the oven. But I'm spritzing these in the air fryer basket with a little bit of oil, popping them in the air fryer, and putting it at 375 degrees for 6 minutes. Now, because everybody's air fryer and oven, etc., is going to be a little bit different, and you might be using lemon juice, which obviously is going to have more moisture than what I did here, I do recommend going and checking on your crackers every 3 or 4 minutes or so that they don't burn. And you want to pull out ones that are done and leave the ones that are not quite crispy yet in there for a little bit longer. You don't have to do this as much if they are perfectly uniform when you put them in the oven in the first place, but you may still have a few that are done earlier than others. So until you get used to this recipe and kind of know your oven's times for it, I do think it's a good idea to check on them frequently. So I want you guys to hear this. My misophonic's tune out now. I'm with you, but people like this part. Ready? They are so crunchy. But because they're very high in fiber, they're also very dry, like in a good way, in a way that I really like, but it takes forever to eat them. And I forgot to bring my sheet with the macros. All right, so each batch of these makes 4 servings, and each serving is 121 calories, 12 grams of carbs, 2.7 grams of fat, and yes, that's including our spritzes of the oil there, 8 grams of protein, and 6 grams of fiber. So these are so filling. They absolutely hit a craving. I think they're gonna be awesome road trip food. If you try them, you'll have to let me know. If you try them with the lentils, you'll have to let me know, and I bet they're gonna come out even prettier because of that awesome color. But before I sign off, if you're a vegan who's looking to get in better shape, whether that's to lose 10 pounds, compete in powerlifting or bodybuilding, build muscle, learn how to do a pull-up, all of the above, that's what we do here at Vegan Proteins. That's what we've been doing since 2008. I will leave a link down below to fill out an assessment. If you fill it out, you'll hear back from one of the coaches within a business day. We would love to help you get in the best shape of your life.
If you liked the video, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, all the things I'm supposed to tell you to do at the end of a YouTube video, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.